Success leaves clues, and that's especially true in our real estate businesses. Today, I'm going to share with you the 11 most underrated skills for real estate professionals. You know, if you're watching this video, odds are you're wanting to grow yourself, you're wanting to grow your business, you just have a growth mindset. And so what I want to do today is just to share with you some of the things that I see, the traits I see in top producers that are often overlooked or really underrated when people think about the things that help them grow their business. One thing you can do to grow your business is to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Also hit the little bell, it'll let you know every time we drop a new video. So let's start with one of the most important things and skills and underrated skills that I see is likability. Likability really is the first thing that we need to have in our business. We need to be attractional. When people talk to us, we want them to feel like that's somebody that I really could see myself doing business with. I want to give you this story I heard years ago from my buddy Chris Kelly. He said it this way. He said, hey, listen, if you were thinking about it, know, like, and trust is the business we're in. What's the most important one of those? Most people would say trust, but in reality, it's likability. Think of it this way. Let's say that you go on a blind date. And a lot of times when we're meeting clients for the first time, or we're meeting people or prospects at an open house, or we're making that first phone call, it's almost like we don't really know who they are. We're trying to figure that out. They're trying to figure us out. So do you think that it's most important that they trust us on that call or that they have likability? It's absolutely likability. Think of that on that blind date analogy I was just speaking about. You go on the first date and you get done with that date and you're like, wow, that person is really boring, but I trust them. Odds are you're not going to go on that second date. But if you're at that place and you're like, wow, I really like that person, but I'm not sure if I can trust them yet. I need to know more, have more information. Odds are you're going to go to that next step and have that second date. It's the same way in our business. Likability is critically important. A couple things you can do there. Smile when you meet people. Understand that when you ask questions and you're interested in who they are, that comes across way more. The old saying that people really don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. There's a reason you got two ears and one mouth. Ask those questions, listen to those answers, and become more likable. The second most underrated skill that I see in top producers is the vision, having a clear vision of what it is that they want to achieve with their business, the direction they're headed. Always when I first sit down with agents, I tell them, hey, let's get as much vision, let's get as clear as we can on the vision that you have for what you want your business to look like. How many transactions do you want? What kind of income do you want? Because when we get clarity on those things, then we can backfill or we can put together a plan of action for the strategies and the daily activities to get you there. What is your vision for your business? Do you have a clear vision of how many deals you want to do in 1, 3, 5 years from now? Do you have an understanding of the activities you need to do on a daily basis that gives you the ability to know that if you do these things, then you will get these results? You see, when you have a clear vision of the direction you're headed, you have the ability to make adjustments along the way to make sure that you're headed in that right direction. The third underrated skill I see is self-awareness. Are you self-aware of the things that you're good at, the things that you're not good at? Are you also self-aware enough to know that maybe there's certain things that you shouldn't do, that you should hire away for an assistant, or maybe you should focus in on some of the things that you're better at? Are you really good on the telephone? Make more phone calls. Are you really good in person? Hold more open houses. Do you have the ability to control your business by actually going out and doing door knocking or doing specific activities that generate certain types of business? Whatever it is, when you understand exactly who you are and you play to your strengths and you do the things that you're not only good at, but you like doing, all of a sudden now you've got a recipe for continued success. The fourth most underrated skill or mindset is a growth mindset. Are you focused on growing yourself personally and growing your business? You see, if you're not growing, you're dying. So what is it that you're doing to grow in this business? The first thing you can do is become more educated. That's what you're doing right now. You're watching this video, searching for opportunities for you to get better so that you can serve your clients better. Can you study your market more and and have a better understanding of exactly what happened in each sale that you have in maybe your farm area? Do you have the history of those houses in your farm area? Do you understand what the days on markets were a year from now versus now? You see, when you set your mind to grow your knowledge, all of a sudden the growth of your business just falls right in line. Focus on getting yourself better and I promise your business will get better. The fifth skill that I see that is really underrated is trust. Do you trust that you have a plan of action that will work? Because unless you have a trust that you understand that the things you're doing are going to get results, you really hesitate when you're doing those things. You see, the clarity that comes comes by having a clear vision we talked about earlier, having a strategy and a plan of action that you trust will work, is that you will wake up every day excited to go do those things. Now, it doesn't mean there's not going to be tough days, but understanding that you have a trust that where you are now is not where you're going to be as long as you do the daily activities, that's something that really will drive your business forward even on those tough days. The sixth underrated skill is patience. Now, we're talking about patience from this standpoint. We have to understand that our real estate business is a little unique. I always use the farming analogy because we plant seeds when we're farming. We nurture those things. We have to fight away the weeds. We have to go through all the process, storms, different things that happen. And then we have a harvest, 60, 90, depending on the type of crop, 120 days down from when we planted the seeds. It's the same way in our real estate business. We have to have the patience and understand the activities we do today are what we will harvest 60, 90, 120 days from now. A lot of people have trouble with that. They don't understand the need for that patience. They don't understand that the average person buying a house it's a process that goes along. They will start the consideration of buying a house. They'll look at houses. They'll talk about it. And then sometime in the future is when they actually get ready to purchase that house. What is it that you're doing to encourage yourself to have a little more patience and understand that the relationships and the conversations you have today, they don't have to be about closing someone today. You know, I grew up in the business when it was ABC, always be closing. Right now, it's always be generating those opportunities for you to add value to people. When you add value to people and you are patient with it, I promise the compounding effect on your business is going to be dramatic. The seventh underrated skill is persistence. Are you the person that the second that something bad happens, it knocks you down for 2 weeks? I will say this. I just literally had a conversation with Noah this morning. Noah had made a phone call. He had had somebody ask him to give him an updated idea of the value of a place. And after they take the valuation that they had from him, they end up putting a for sale by owner sign in the yard. Now that would crush a lot of people. One of the things that you know that you can see success coming in the future is someone that is persistent enough to understand it's just part of the business. Those are things that are going to happen. Instead of getting down on that for 2 weeks, he made a phone call and simply told those folks, hey, listen, would you like to know information about who my photographer is? I just want to help you now so that when you sell this place, I can be your agent on the buy. And if you don't get it sold, that I'll have the opportunity to come in and see if I can help you get it sold. That's the understanding that you have to have the persistence. There are gut punches in this business. There are deals that are going to fall through when you thought they were going to close. There are going to be people that you thought were going to list with you that are good friends of yours that are going to list with someone else. This business is about understanding the process of getting to the success you're looking for. When you have persistence and those things don't knock you down for as long and you continue to have that ability to continue to move forward no matter what happens, that's when you know that you're heading in the right direction. The eighth most underrated skill that I see in most top producing agents is discipline. Do you have the discipline to every single day do the things that you know are going to lead to success? The disciplined agent is the one that has a very clear schedule. They understand that they need to time block and have all of their conversations, as many as they can in the morning, or they need to have their appointments in the afternoon, or they need to have previewing properties happening in the afternoon. Whatever it is for you, the discipline to have a schedule so that you know it every single day, you're going to move that ball forward. The disciplined agent is the most successful agent. If you're at a place and you're wondering, the great thing about discipline is you can learn it. So if you're not at this point the most disciplined person, and maybe there's certain areas of your life you need to focus in on, this is the time right now in this market environment to take the time to learn discipline, to become a person that has a set schedule, that has a to-do list that you fill out the night before so that when you walk in the office, you're ready to get out of the blocks and take off running instead of trying to figure out what you're going to do. Discipline is key to success in real estate. Number 9 is promptness. Promptness is critically important. Now, this is the promptness of being on time to your appointments. I would say be early, but if you aren't, you're really setting yourself up for failure. But I'm talking about the promptness of returning phone calls, returning text messages, calling people back when they have questions. The biggest complaint that most people have, any survey that's done about realtors, is the promptness or their lack of communication. So how can we remedy that and flip that where it's a positive for us? Make those phone calls as quick as possible to return those phone calls. Return those text messages as quick as possible. By being prompt, you're going to set yourself apart from most of the agents in the marketplace. Next up is a heart of service. This is an attitude or a mindset that really will set you apart. Are you focused on yourself and your needs, or are you focused on the client's needs? You see, that's a big difference. And this is something you can't fake. So looking at this, what is it that you can do to be more client focused instead of focused on yourself? Study what it is that your buyers and your sellers need. What do they want? Give them more of what they want, and I promise you're going to get everything that you want. Last but absolutely not least is an attitude of gratitude. Listen, every single area of my life that I focus in on the things I'm thankful for, I have an opportunity to find more things to be thankful for. Now let me apply this to your business. How long has it been since you thanked someone that did business with you in the past? A simple handwritten note or a phone call or a video text where you just simply say, hey, this morning I was thinking about the people that have made a difference in my life and in my business, and you immediately came to mind. Just wanted to make sure you know how much I appreciate you. Please let me know if there's anything I can ever do for you or your family. You see, when you have that opportunity to go out and to say thank you and genuinely mean it, I promise you that law of reciprocity we always talk about has the ability to kick in and give you the opportunity, because those folks now will want to do something in return for you saying thank you to them. A lot of times that turns out to be new business, whether that be a referral or repeat business with them. When we focus on the most important skills and when we look at the things that we can improve on, our business can't help but improve. I hope this has been helpful, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for watching the video. I specifically chose the video below for you because it builds on the one you just watched. I hope it's helpful, and I'll talk to you soon.